Hello everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Thief. Last time, we did a perfect 100% completionist run of the prologue. Today, in similar fashion, we're going to do a perfect run of Chapter 1, Lockdown. Now, I did find all the loot last time, but I missed a few documents, which we will get this time. Press V to activate focus vision. No thank you. I don't have it. Let's grab that flask off the railing. It's the first of 60 loot items in this mission. Next, let's hop on top of the cabinet, grab a gear off the pipe to our left. 2 out of 60. Now let's look at the thieving challenges that are available. Headshot 4 threats for Predator mode. We won't be doing that. Extinguish 9 flames for Opportunist. We won't be doing that. And remain undetected. That's what we're going for. But in case you want to do one of the others, I'll tell you where the best opportunities to do that are. Anyway, let's get a checkpoint save out of the cabinet. Now, let's head up these stairs to my right and grab a newspaper. The benefits of strict curfew. 620 NRY 842. Stopping the dreaded gloom is everyone's responsibility. The lockdown of the city streets, like the livestock culls before it, has been observed to have a marked effect, offered Dr. Troy of Stone Market. It is indeed the most unwholesome interaction of melancholia with the surrounds of the afflicted that causes the spread of this interminable phage. I recommend that all from the hale and healthy to the infirm should adhere to curfew. Meanwhile, every citizen may rest assured that the Baron's finest physicians continue to work tirelessly at finding a cure. This is truly a time of great change and progress. Alright, well, with that done, we can just hop this railing. Press space to use the claw to reach high ladders and walls. I'm going to do that pretty easily right here. Grab this bag of food. Even though we can't use it on our difficulty setting, we can sell them for some extra gold. Before dropping down, make sure we grab another gear off to the left. Third of 60 pieces of loot to find.
Traitors' Gate closed till morning, by Baron's decree. I can't make sense of this order, locking ourselves in. Guess that's why I'm not a politician.
Stops the poor going where they shouldn't. Don't need the commons making a bad... Hey! Where do you think you're going? Lockdown!
Shutting the city up like this won't stop the gloom spreading. They're only sitting on a coffin.
Sitting on it and getting paid.
Lockdown regulations. Keep the streets of Stone Market empty from evening bells till dawn. Commons get 2 warnings, then the back of your sword. Beggars and gloomers go in the gutter where they belong. Blackhands get the stocks until a noose comes spare. Follow instructions. You weren't hired for your common frigging sense. Water arrow. The release of water from the barrel upon impact extinguishes small or medium-sized sources of flame, such as torches, fireplaces, or braziers. Food. Cured or salted meats and roasted coffee grounds are exempt from the gloom quarantine. Restores health.
Night's going
The
on.
watch have locked down Stone Market. But when did I ever let a lock hold me?
That patroller's got 2 things to pickpocket. You can get 1 when he first heads off down the street with his buddy. In my case, I got the document. When he passes by me, going to my right, I'll move in and get his purse. And immediately dart back to my nice shadowy alcove. Next, we need to go into this house, wait for him to patrol away, open the door, and make sure to close it behind you, because when he patrols back, if we leave it open, he will notice. Inside this area, we can grab a coin purse and a water arrow. Now let's peek through the keyhole, so I can know when it's safe to move. Now, as long as I'm quick.
Smells terrible around
Close
here.
the door behind you. And let's head in here to the back way. That's 4 out of 60 pieces of loot, by the way. That guard's tending to a corpse. Let's start by going to the right, climbing over the wall, grabbing another water arrow off of this barrel before we climb back over. We're above the guard, so as long as we're quiet, we should be safe. Do not climb the next wall, but grab this gear to your right. That's number 5 of 60 pieces of loot. Now let's drop down behind this guard and pickpocket his purse. Being careful all the while, of course. Let's go over here, wait for him to shift over there, and grab the broadhead arrow from the corpse. Now, if you're going for the Predator challenge, use this first broadhead and headshot him. He's a great target because he doesn't even have a helmet. Me, I'm just going to leave him be. But that would be your first of 4 headshots.
What they put in the sloop.
Now this is a much easier approach to get the amethyst circle.
I swear I saw somebody.
Not quite good enough, though. There's a very narrow window where we could swoop over there and swoop back, and do so in relative safety. But we'll get
Smell
another
the river
shot
from here.
when the street patroller is off away from us. I'm angling not to raise any suspicions.
What's happened to this place?
New collectible, Amethyst Circle, Serenity Stone Circles. A gilded band mounted with a cluster of amethysts. Serenity Stone Circles, a set of matching precious stone rings referred to as circles by collectors of valuable antiques. Fashioned by the original and great Serenity himself, these rings are said to have acrostic significance. Don't forget the 2 gold coins here in the back, before we hop back over to the back way. That's 7 out of 60 loot items, by the way. Alright. After this, let's just sneak by him again. This time we will hop over the wall. There's no going back. So make sure everything you want to have done is done before you hop down on the other side.
The claw's fairly quiet when used the right way. Aaron made this thing sound noisier than it is.
Grab that pen off the ground. That's number 8 of 60 loot items. Now let's pick the lock on this gate. Head inside, grab the food off the ground, close the gate behind us so we can reach the candlestick on the table. That's 9 out of 60 loot items. Let's go ahead and squeeze through this spot and mash E in order to lift the beam.
Stonecutter's Court closed for the night. No thoroughfare.
What are you looking at?
Price on that jeweled mask. Be enough to feed 100 squawking mouths for a year.
Don't you go catching a conscience now. Worse than the suicides.
I can cut through the jewels to get around these gates. Besides, that mask sounds interesting.
New objective, bypass the lockdown gate. Find a way into the jeweler's shop. We got 3 guards on the street, 2 patrollers
Damn lights
up
are
and
still on a
down.
blink. Anyone left who knows how to fix these frigging things?
Good luck finding a guildsman whose fingers ain't broke.
Start off by making our way to this beam and
Hope I don't catch the blue.
dropping off into this nice shadowy alcove. Keep an eye on those patrollers. Let's snatch the single gold coin off of this crate. That's 10 out of 60 pieces of loot. Now let's pick the lock on this little box. We need to take care to do so silently. If we screw up, the guards will hear it.
Drinks at the station come last bell.
And we get another
Unless you
broadhead
know a
arrow.
tavern where they won't spit in a watchman's pint.
What passes for beer these days needs all the flavor it can get.
Now, you could go pick the lock of the front door and go in that way, but that's a pretty terrible option. Let's head over here, cross into Stonecutter's Court East. Over here by this barrel, there is a single gold coin. That's our 11th out of 60 pieces of loot. Now if we hop up here, there's another broadhead arrow. Now we can hop up this west wall, jump across the gap over to there, where there's another single gold coin inside the bird's nest. It's 12 out of 60 pieces of loot. Now let's go through the underpass. Leave these gents be. Beggars never bother us at all. Head up here and go through this door. Shut it behind us. Grab a coin purse off the ground. That's our 13th of 60 pieces of loot. Grab that food off the shelf. And nab the newspaper. Clock tower stops again. 514 NRY 830. For the 3rd time in as many years, work to restore the city clock tower has been halted in tragedy. To the horror of assembled market-goers, a child worker fell to his death in the plaza this morning. The workers downed tools and refused to climb the scaffolds again following the accident. The foreman for the operation, arriving later that day, claimed superstitious nonsense to be the problem's root. He refers, of course, to the legend of the chief engineer, crushed by his own gears during the tower's construction. As a factual reporter, this paper can only observe that, haunted or not, the clock tower has staked its claim to infamy. Alright. Now we can head into this crawl space. Good grief, I can't see at all. Hold on, let me up the brightness for a second. There we go. Alright, let's turn it back down now. hop out and emerge in Stonecutter's Court West. As we pass by these guys, note there's a rope up here that provides us a second entrance into the jewelry shop through that window. That's not the way we're going. This door right here leads into the cellar, and that is our eventual entrance. But we're not ready quite yet. Instead, let's pick the lock on this gate and head through there. The guard up here, by himself at the end of the street, has 2 purses. Naturally, we would like both of them. We need to wait for the patrollers to be down at the other end of the street, and then just watch for an opportunity to nab both of his purses.
It's getting late.
So we can duck into this shadow, and wait until he patrols back.
You can smell the river from here.
And get back to the street, make sure we grab the knife off the table before dropping down, and then head back down to the cellar entrance. Incidentally, a 4th entrance rests right along this wall. You can get up on top of that walkway, go in through a little crawl space, but I prefer the cellar door. One other note, if you're going for the headshot challenge, at this point we've found 3 broadhead arrows. I recommend headshotting the lone guard and one of the 2 patrollers, and you'll be standing at 3 out of 4 headshots. Pretty cool. Oh, and that knife we grabbed was number 14 out of 60 pieces of loot. So for us, let's pick the door to the cellar of the jewelry shop. Now let's go inside.
A few guards, residents upstairs.
Close it behind us.
The mask shouldn't be a problem.
New step. Bypass the lockdown gate. Steal the jeweled mask. Well, the jeweler has 2 purses for us to lift. Let's do that.
Assault is still not ready.
Now, this is where I recommend you start extinguishing flames if you're going for the Opportunist challenge. You can pinch out all 4 candles in this room, and that'll be 4 out of 9.
Let us pray that it does not. For I have a delicate proposition from which we could both benefit richly.
Let's get a new checkpoint save by entering the cabinet. Let's grab the letter off the desk while his back is turned. Lygrove's letter. Cousin. 7. I half expect this to join the piles of unsent letters sloughing in the rain uptown. Let us pray that it does not, for I have a delicate proposition from which we could both benefit richly. 3. My usual clientele, the middling class, have little taste and less money, so I ventured my services downriver to a Madame Zhao Zhao, a South Quarter madam, half payment up front. Of course there's danger, but the thrill has driven me to fashion quite the piece, cousin, one deserving of a noble home and a noble's purse. 9. So for the madam I made a gilded copy set with the very finest glass befitting a whoremonger. The real money is in the original piece I'll keep close in my workshop till you find a buyer outside this reeking city. The madam and her pet jackknifes will never know. L. Interesting. Okay. Let's grab the cup and the bracelet off of this table
Where was I?
while his back is turned.
Richly. So for the madam, I made a gilded copy, set with the very finest glass, befitting a whoremonger.
That puts me at 16 out of 60 pieces of loot for this mission.
All day sharpening my blade, and nothing.
Oh, come on!
He doesn't spend very long at that table.
Works my fingers to the bone. Yes. The real money is in the
You grab a
original
pile of
pieces.
coins
I'll
off
keep
of that
close to
shelf.
my workshop.
That's 17
Buyer
out of
outside
60.
this reeking city.
An original and a copy. A nice scam, my Grove. Good of you to write it down for me.
Nothing in that drawer either.
It's cold out tonight.
Let's grab the ink bottle off the top of the desk. That's 18 out of 60. Then we just have the two drawers on the left to search.
I'm not feeling all that well. My back's hurting bad.
That letter opener puts us at 19 out of 60. Now we just have the top left drawer to search.
Gods to grave holes.
Then we'll at least be done with his little workspace.
Damned baron, damned merchants.
Alright. Now let's make our way over here. You can see one of those little gearboxes. And inside is our first fire arrow. Powder in the barrel reacts to a triggered spark upon impact, creating a small burst of flame that can ignite some flammable materials.
Rats everywhere.
Cool. Let's wait for him to turn his back, and then go after the painting.
So hungry.
Because I'm not going to extinguish these candles, so... First things first, gotta find the hidden switch. Expose the wall safe. When that's done, we can enter a code, easily decipherable from the letter, 739. Let him turn again, and then we can open it up.
I'm starving.
Grab the mask.
More extravagant than my usual masks. One for the collection.
Lygrove's Jeweled Mask, unique loot. A superb piece of masquerade finery inlaid with Serendi jewel work.
Never know when I'll be invited to a ball. I'll see myself out. An upstairs window should get me over that gate.
I want to close the safe behind me. New step,
Gods
exit.
to grave holes.
Exit by the upstairs window. We will. Let's just close the safe first. Let's get another checkpoint save on our way out. And let's sneak upstairs to the first floor. There's a lot to do up here.
Surviving the gloom will build character, I'm sure.
Here's the window entrance we could have come through. That door goes to a study with a sleeping guard inside. Let's start with this cupboard. Two drawers are empty. We open the cabinet, and inside we find the candlestick, 20 out of 60. And an ink bottle, 21 out of 60. Let's close it back. On this shelf, another candlestick, 22 out of 60. Go over here, grab
If
a
I had a
letter
lady
opener,
like his
23
upstairs,
out of 60.
I would not let the bed go cold.
Now let's tackle the showroom. This place has the
back's
bulk of the
hurting
loot
bad.
inside it.
All these beauties. I'd lift one myself if I didn't need the job.
Alright, let's start with this
If he's got
centerpiece.
this on show, what else has he got locked away?
Got the bracelet and the ring. Brings me to 25 out of 60.
I hate that friggin' bird. Goes crazy every time someone makes a noise.
Get a new checkpoint save, and then I'm going to go after the middle one next, because I have the most trouble with it because of the contextual interactions screwing up my
Wonder if I should check on his wife.
efforts to grab the loot inside. We're at 25 out of 60 right now. The guard also has a purse to pickpocket. Let's grab the purse right now. Wait for him to go past the middle one. Open it. Grab both pieces. Close it. Close it. Close it. God damn it. He wouldn't close it. Open. Grab. Grab. Close. And swoop back to our cabinet. That puts us at 27 out of 60. The rest is quite a bit easier. I'm going to do the front left drawers next, starting by lockpicking the middle one. So let's do exactly that. Alright, with the lock open, I'm just gonna get back in the cabinet and wait for another round. Still at 27 out of 60 pieces of loot. One other note. Both of the other two possible entrances come into this room. The front door is just over there on our left. The crawl space brings us to the rafters above this room. Let's open these three drawers. 28 out of 60. 29 out of 60.
Must be like
And a
Rose Fig.
collectible jeweled mask. A mask set with jewels that only a practiced eye could identify as fine glass. Client loot. A collection of unique items that were lifted for various clients in the
It's
city.
the best kind of fake, though. One that'll make good coin.
We are at 29 out of 60. We've still got 3 drawers to my immediate left to check on the next round before we finally cross the room. Alright. Let's open these. Empty. 30 out of 60. 31 out of 60. And now is a pretty good time to go ahead and cross the room. Let's do that. We got desk
All day,
drawers to check.
sharpening my blade, and nothing.
32 out of 60. I know there's a gold coin on the ground. That's 33 out of 60. Let's see if we can go ahead and unlock the register. Yeah, now let's creep over here and wait for him to make another loop. And we're at 33 out of 60 pieces of loot. And we're winding down in the showroom. Okay, we can open the register now. Pile of coins, 34 out of 60. Let's do the front drawers next, here on the right side. Bracelet, 35 out of 60. Empty. Necklace, 36 out of 60. 3 drawers here. Brooch, 37 out of 60. Empty. Necklace, 38 out of 60. Don't mind the sleeping guard in here. He'll never bother us.
Smells terrible around here.
Alright, next let's do this middle cabinet. It's open already. A brooch, 39 out of 60. A ring, 40 out of 60. And 3 more drawers here. Bracelet, 41 out of 60. Earrings, 42 out of 60. And empty. Alright, we're done in the showroom, so let's move on into the study, where we have this sleeping gentleman. Let's start with the drawers on this desk. Ink bottle, 43 out of 60. Pile of coins, 44 out of 60. Let's get another checkpoint save since the showroom's over. Table right in front of him, a cup, 45 out of 60. Behind him, a set of shelves with 2 bits of loot. A letter opener, 46 out of 60. And a single gold coin, 47 out of 60. Let's go to this cabinet across from him. Start with the drawer, it's empty. The cabinet itself, a candlestick, 48 out of 60. And now, we need to silently pick the lock on this wall safe. If we mess up, it'll wake up the guards, so... Pile of coins, 49 out of 60, and a new collectible.
Fine.
Sootback bracelet. This bracelet belonged to Lady Uriana, whose husband took a faint and was trampled by his prize stallion. The mortal coils. These bracelets, shaped like serpents, are said to seek the company of grateful widows. All 6 are rumored to carry an unspoken secret, and darkness surely glitters in each shining eye. Let's close the safe. If you're going for the Opportunist challenge, pinch that flame. It should be your 5th of the 9 that you need. Let's head back out here. But, before we head to the top floor, hop on top of this cabinet, hop up into the rafters, and move this direction. Above the sleeping guard rests an ink bottle on these crates, if I can just manage to spot it. There it is. Goodness. That should be 50 of 60 pieces of loot, and it is. Let's drop down outside this room, and let's head upstairs to the residence. There's another sleeping guard up here, as well as a caged bird we need to be careful of. On the table, we can grab a bit of food. You can pinch your 6th flame if you're going for the Opportunist challenge. I'm going to grab these 2 cups to put me at 52 out of 60 pieces of loot. Alright, let's go into the drawing room where the jeweler's wife rests. Search these 2 drawers. Pile of coins, 53 out of 60. Search the... oh wait, grab the cup off the table next to her. 54 out of 60. Can't clearly see here. There's the desk. Search the drawers. Letter opener, 55 out of 60. Pile of coins, 56 out of 60. There are the other 2 drawers. Stay crouched, because the caged bird is right there, lest you forget. Let's head into this bedroom. Grab a cup off the nightstand, 57 out of 60. Earrings in the drawer, 58 out of 60. Newspaper on the bed. Who watches the Watchhounds? 603 NRY 842. Why, the Barron's City Watch, of course. After the recent livestock culls, due to the suspicious citywide sickness, some may have feared for the furry members of the Watch. However, Watch Patrolman Tollingsworth has come up with an ingenious solution. We put the dogs in cages, he said yesterday. Stops people from thinking they're just waiting around to be supper. Residents can surely take heart in knowing that the city's most dedicated guardians are indeed safe from accidental harm. Such a decision truly represents an answer to the weaknesses of man. Alright, that's 58 out of 60 pieces of loot. Let's shut this door behind us.
I hope someone starts some trouble. I'll put
This is my way out. But once I drop down, there's no coming back.
Across the room, stay in the shadows, grab this cup off the table. 59 out of 60. Head into the restroom and grab the hairbrush off the bathroom counter. That, my friends, is 60 out of 60 pieces of loot. Lift all loot items is completed. Excellent. Now, let's head out the window. New objective. Continue to the clock tower. Here's the Black Furrow alcove. There's a newspaper over here on this bench, though. Lockdown. 621 NRY 842. The streets rang with the cries of the watch, ever vigilant against the ongoing plight of the gloom. The great gates closed, the curfew was called, and nary was a dutiful citizen seen in the streets. Captain of the watch, Orsley Durham, called it the most successful quarantine measure to date. This lockdown is for the safety of our valued citizens, he said, overseeing the closure of Trader's Gate this evening. And we have the Baron to thank for everything, he added before returning to Dayport. What a truly modest hero of the city. Alright, let's jimmy this window open and head inside. There's nothing inside this little townhouse except, if you're going for the Opportunist challenge, pinch that candle. That'll be 7 out of 9 flames. And I've realized that You can only complete the Predator challenge, at least on Master, if you're doing a replay, because there just aren't enough broadheads in the mission. There are only 3 and you need
The
4.
old man remembers the Shellbridge fires. Flames so bright, night became day. Or was it smoke so thick, day became night?
We can get these
before
purses.
the Baron was born, the city was at war.
Read it, did you? Oh, not friggin' dark. Nothing like being there, is it? The streets have seen all manner of shit. Fires, plagues.
Don't forget the war.
It was with Black, alright? More of a squabble than a war. Of course, if our neighbors catch wind of the shit pile we're in now, you'll see your bloody war.
Alright. Let's creep down the alley. Hop onto this crate.
What's this? Watch out. Wonder if the Baron can do something to stop the sickness from spreading.
Word goes, we're getting orders to off anyone who shares lodging with the Gloomer. House by house.
What? That's serious business. Shit, would we get more coin?
Alright, let's head over here. Around on this porch.
You're kidding!
I swear. Oh, please, sir. You can smell that shit himself.
Both of these guys have purses to lift, too.
Do you have to do that here? You think sleep's not rare enough?
Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. Captain's orders. He said go stand under the window of that woman on bleach mop. Her with a face that the rakers would throw back in the river. Try to make it crack a smile.
Boss, die of the gloom already! Do everyone a favor!
Careful, she's off to fetch the piss pot.
It's pretty easy to get those. Get the purses while those two are talking. Now finally, to finish off the Opportunist challenge, I
We locked the
recommend
gates, you fog skull.
water arrowing the torch he just lit, along with the one back there where the conversation happened. And that'll complete the Opportunist
Say
challenge.
old what's-his-name's gone down with the gloom.
Who? He had it coming.
To extinguish 9 flames.
It hurts.
Alright, we're gonna hop up this pipe.
When was the last time anyone saw his face?
Now we can just creep on over to the end of the level. There's not really anything left to do.
You're from up Eastport way, right? Is the gloom there yet?
Yep. River drains were clogged with the drowned. It was ripe. Like a giant sloop.
Hey, come on! I just ate some of that before shift started.
I was the shitsop who stood waist deep in the stuff, carting them out. Seems as if we spend more time catching our breath instead of thieving lifters.
That's why you want a nice patrol like this. Stone Market's not so bad. You pay no mind to the coughing and crying.
Not so bad. The sickness, the protests, this lockdown. Something's coming. I can feel it.
Alright, hop up. End the mission. Completed. Ghost. You tried to leave no trace of your presence or raise any alarms, and in fact, this time we got pure ghost, no opportunist, no predator. Thieving challenges remain undetected, 125 gold, lift all loot items, 150 gold. 4 out of 4 collectibles, no suspicions raised, no detections. Excellent. Let's continue. Collection display updated. Alright, here we are in the clock tower, and we're going to end here, but one other thing before I do. Just note that, and I only just realized this, when you finish a mission, you get a document, a chapter recap. Chapter 1, Lockdown. This isn't the city I know. I remember the accident at Northcrest Manor like it was yesterday. The ritual, taking the claw, Aaron falling, dying. I'll never forget it. But now there's sickness in the air and death on the streets. This place was no rose garden to begin with, but it was never this bad. Everything's changed, and not for the better. And with that, we are ready to go about a 100% playthrough of the Stone Market City Hub. That's what we will be doing next time. Until then, thank you all very much for watching Let's Play Thief, and have a good day. Whoops. I wanted to delete that one. There we go. There we go. Okay, good.